that we saw coming out here from Zekin, and I guess for Sentinels fans, we're hoping to see that type of Zekin perform against G2.
Let's go, bro. Come on, bro.
But G2 with their own composition that doesn't change forces you to play offsite so many times. And when you're gonna play flood retakes against G2, there's still so much util coming towards the end.
Very difficult. The protocols they already had with Jogamo's Waylay. It's going to be pretty crazy to see how Sentinels react to all of these, or even get in front of the plays and try to play ahead of that aggression. All right.
Damn, Tejo.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm loving these transitions.
Explosive transition.
Breaking a fourth wall here. Love these transitions.
We're in there.
All right, what is this, 4-1?
Okay, here's a great start, though. With how G2 are so good at opening this with pop flashes and salvos, there's actually a vice wall in the very beginning here, and you're already playing all sight here for Zelsis.
Oh, he missed the jump.
All the way up. Jogamo jumps forward. The rotation still coming in from Leaf, so G2 are very much set up here. It's the find, blind, and kill game for Sentinels as they get themselves prepped to get back into sight. All that util they could want is really here. 0 point is first. Oh man, not seeing too many on that. They know it's got to be an 8 hold, and they can take out the site.
Come on, bro.
They should feel pretty comfortable getting back in. Oh, the swing for the smokes. It's going to be for Sentinels right now, and it is just Sentinels.
Get him.
Taking out G2 left and
Rockets
right.
are down.
Still post plant. Where else would he be? When else would it be on the round?
But I think he's main.
They're looking main because that's what the
left. He whiffed! He whiffed! He's human!
The face palm from Trent himself.
Oh my god.
The defuse from Zelsis.
Oh my god, he whiffed so hard.
A rare miss coming out from Trent. No salvos available, but remember when he had no salvos on Icebox, he was still able to
G2 might be rattled.
G2
might be rattled.
Earlier on.
They're showing cracks.
You mentioned a little
They're
bit
showing
of
cracks.
Players not looking after him. And he just whiffed that shot. Ooh. It renders costly as Sentinels able to turn around here this pistol. I thought it was going to be quite interesting with Sentinels putting that vice wall at the very beginning towards A main.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Tell him, Bang.
I thought they were going to try to flood back right in the instance to not allow G2 to play offsite in the post plant. But Sentinels played the flood instead, and the trades were perfect, and now they're trying to move here into the second round. A stinger buy out for G2 in a fight towards B main.
What else would it be? A blood-hungry G2 on a stinger buy second round. You have to expect it.
No way! Fuck, I was kidding, Trent.
Second even tries to peek out to do a solo shot, which would be a full team of G2 looking at him, and he gets the safety somehow with that dash.
Almost letting that shot with the outlaw, but now you have a player advantage out for G2 in the post plant. This time Trent is stuck inside the site, but they are closing that gap.
He's back already?
How close they are towards his staircase.
He's already back?
Not too many chances to flood back in. You do have Paranoia and double flash though from Bang and John Cutie that could potentially open things up.
No, not yet. Man.
Leaf is already coming through market right now.
It's alright. I think we lost the round.
They just heard him, but it's not going to be enough. The stinger buy is again
Everyone's
more than enough for G2 to get back on the second round.
I understand why you would overreact. It happens.
3 Bulldogs picked up on that side. Not even flustered of what happened on that pistol round that Trent couldn't capitalize on the 1 versus 2 clutch.
Doesn't matter.
And the lurks were perfect in that post plant. They didn't really give a chance here for Sentinels to set up into the double flash.
I think we got too excited.
Into the sights.
I think we got too excited.
Kaplan feels it.
Yeah, I mean, what is the setup there to play at the front of B archway? You question with knowing there's going to be stingers at somewhere on the map. With how G2 plays, you have to expect.
Almost found the timing with a knife that waited to be up here for John Cutie. But this again, back into the same protocols for G2, the conditioning of the salvos. Always going for the pop flash right into main. Salvos into the front of the site towards wide.
They probably expected the buy, but I don't know.
And you can't get and execute quickly into the second wave yet because of the KO knife being thrown by John Cutie that just slows down G2's pacing a little bit. But Sentinels did try to go for a stack towards this B site. It'll still be easy for G2 to plan.
Eco rounds. Let's get one. I'll take one.
Easy
one kill.
Ult points on the way in here for the
or
spike.
die to spike. We should die to spike. Die to spike or go for kills.
Not for
I think die to spike.
I think with the door closed.
Personally, I die to spike
just
here.
Have to die to spike here.
Yeah.
Clear out towards catwalk. Realize that nobody's there. And just wait it out. But it looks like they want to fight this. Salvos to break the door and they flood out.
Oh. I'm gonna say they'll let him out of the site. it's a party.
Like Shroud?
Actually grabbing these orbs. They go on to Valorant, so not too terrible with the ult accrual.
He tried sticking it.
Leaf comes
He
up with
tried.
3. That's going to be big to get the Steel Garden online, though, for sure. 2 points away for him as G2 pick up a solid round there as we head to round 4.
Yeah, that's 2 away from getting a Steel Garden. Valorant with the double kill that he had at the very beginning allows him to forget the From the Shadows in the round number 4.
Like shrewd.
A bonus round that could be actually quite good for G2 if he wants to utilize that to get behind enemy lines. But look at this. Once again, you'll have the salvos, the pop flash towards the main, but the hit potentially could be towards middle instead. It's a fake on the side of G2. The conditioning continues forward, and now you have to push
Fast
forward
main
from
control.
and also from Leaf towards mid.
Damn, he TP'd
Teleport
wine.
and insert.
I wonder if we heard that.
As that mid hit starts to happen, expect Jogamo to go
That's
mid
kinda
and then
nice.
maybe refract or jump all the way up back onto Cat with these guys.
They know the wall's here.
Instant play into the site. Smoke
Oh,
top mid.
mouse
They're
jump.
going to go ahead and play with this shear. Now they know the shear is here from Leaf's first
Did he get the
adventure
wall?
to mid. So they can start messing with that wall.
Bait
for
the wall
Celsius
out,
as
now they
much
go
as
A?
want.
Yeah, refract, get the wall out.
Yeah.
Now you have a minute left, so you can work this site for the side of G2.
Wait, what? Nice.
Jeez, John Cutie
Good job.
shuts
Blinded
it down
kill.
for now. They got a bottleneck through these spots into the site here. And G2
Nice
is trying to
scan,
figure
good
out how they
scan,
do
Narrate.
that. Looks like it's just going to be dry on
Good
this
stun.
one. Not much util to be used here at the
They're
second
in.
entry.
Nice bang.
Tejo's
Nice bang.
salvos
Nice
just
bang.
making
Holy
it
fuck.
silly on the side of
Oh
G2
my
as Bang
God.
cleans up 3 with that
Good
side
job,
anchor.
bro. Good util. Good
Clean up
counter
from Narrate.
util.
2-2 now for
Good
Sentinels as we're
counter util.
trading them back and forth
job, bro.
to start Ascent.
Signature
man.
position for Bang
Let's
in the
go,
back
man.
of dice of
Yep.
the A side. So hard to deal against him there. Didn't even need to throw the smoke between a dice and generator to stay alive here, and they just had perfect sprays and raids there right through.
Damn.
Yeah, both you and me barking at the same time.
Yeah. And and Bang's a phantom lover.
Job.
So you get that site smoke that goes inside, you can play around it. No
Yeah.
tracers. There's smokes main, you can play around it. No tracers. It all just plays into his
That
favor.
boy
They're
is
5-3
insane.
and 1 now for Bang on that side. And he's continuing this from the last map.
Flash peek. Flash peek.
Flash over his shoulder. John
Wanna
Cutie's
fight
ready.
this?
Oh, it's clear.
Confident in his attack here. There was a flash.
Now they have
ready
to use
for-
util to take
for
it back?
John there and the narrates salvos.
This will be difficult though if Sentinels stay
Oh my
within
God.
the site. Look at all the ults available.
It's a hit.
You have the Armageddon that can open it up. Valiant can TP inside.
They have
All
Visal
they gotta
too.
wait here is exactly that, to activate the hit for G2 inside the site.
Not much movement though. It's going to be
Nice.
on Jogamo, and he goes right into the smoke.
The hit
They've
is stopped.
realized
The
the
hit
past
is
few times
stopped.
that Jogamo is playing this, he is going into Valance smokes
I love
90%
that.
of the time
I love that.
when he jumps forward, trying to win that initial fight, and Sentinels has been playing there. Narrate catches that one.
Rehit. There's a molly.
They see him, he saw it, and he was like, yeah, maybe not, maybe not. They do get it out though as the 0 point comes through.
Fuck?
And the other now,
What the
Leaf
fuck?
picked up an orb, now has the Steel Garden to try
Nice.
to this kills through the smoke
30 seconds
just as
left.
it drops. I think that might cancel the plans for
It's a
G2. They're not
save.
going into this one
It's a
anymore.
save. They have no
All
space
three of them
creation
walking
now.
back, and they'll try to save their weapons. Great hold in the
Thank
very
you for
beginning.
subs,
bring
you
up
rich
a great point,
motherfucker.
though,
Thank
Riff.
you for the subs.
With Jogamo moving right into the smoke, immediately punished by Narrate.
Yeah.
That's what happened the previous round. They had a perfect pop flash
job.
setup to allow Jogamo to just dash right into
10
the garden.
seconds left.
But John Cutie was waiting for him right there.
I'm 8
Even
seconds
one
behind.
gets the full kill. So the game plan, I think, right now, could try to fight against G2.
Yeah.
You see that they're playing in positions right where the waylay lands, and doesn't give a chance for Jogamo to even land down before he refracts. He's trying to find information for the team, but he's finding information from the grave.
Yeah. Super smart here by Sentinels just to make the few adjustments. See it right here from Narrate's point of view. It's like Jogamo isn't expecting people to be in there because I bet he's usually in and out and making the plays that makes Waylay feel so safe. But there is a window to get that attack in. Narrate
what I like to
finds
see,
it
bro.
once, and now it's up to G2 to adapt to make sure Jogamo can get in on these plays because it is the focus for their win condition. Jog opening up, denying sheer in mid, and being able to draw out that utility so the team has a bit of an easier second take.
Yeah. And G2, remember, pretty good on this map so far, and
B split.
now it's the first time that they're really tested with
Potentially.
the positioning from Sentinels going into this game. So now you have to go into the later pages of the strat book.
Yeah.
Right now, what Shaq, Anders, Josh RT
Uh-oh.
has been building up here for this moment. On Ascent. This time not using a refract to try to break the wall. It's just Jogamo jumping across. You need to leverage now his refract.
They baked the wall this time, but they actually hit the
information
site
gathering
now.
into the B site.
Be right back.
They heard him.
Oh.
Nice. Nice.
He's
Holy fuck.
They tried to get Nere last time.
He's up.
He comes out on top, and it's not
He
going to be a
heard me,
problem
but
the
he
second
whiffed.
time. Jogamo, after 2, is finally able to sit
Nice.
Nere
Oh
down.
my
But there's
God.
backup. There's John Cutie, and being
Oh my
low
God,
on
that was
HP
scary.
means they back up. Sights are held. There is no reason to try to get a push here as your number's up.
Woo.
And that's
He's
the thing
out.
here. You're playing
30
against
seconds
Sentinels.
left.
If you're going to miss a couple of shots here, you're going to lose that duel no matter what. Nary
Omino,
clean on
Omino.
those 2 shots to hold and anchor up the back of this defender spawn. And with 18 seconds left, Spike is down. Leaf potentially has no choice but to
Good
save.
job, bro.
Forced to fight.
Man. Good
And now
job,
taken
bro.
down, and that breaks the
Dude,
econ
good
for
job.
G2
Good job,
going into
bro.
the next round.
Let's go, bro.
And
Let's
man,
go,
what
bro.
a step up
Let's
from
go, bro.
Narrate. You know, from the beginning of the season, always a great player, but we saw the
God.
emotions coming out, getting him, and
They
he's
paused,
changed
they
that.
paused,
To have
they rattled.
such a strong
They rattled,
game
bro. Let's
form,
go.
a strong mental on that.
4 bullets.
Can
2
really
bullets.
not be his own enemy in these games. He is performing
And then
for
the
playoffs and
fadeaway?
exactly when Sentinels need him.
You see a little bit of a missed time coming out here when Trent was trying to swing out behind a refract of the Waylay. And yet definitely you're going to call that timeout for Josh RT, just going to try to drill things back. That was
Do
something
not
new
say
that
you
we
hear
haven't
me,
really
Tarek?
seen
Bro,
for
don't worry.
G2 yet with the pop flash and fight back towards
My
the
legs
spawn.
will fall off
You
before I
realize
sit.
that maybe it's not
I will not be
well enough
sitting.
drilled, that they're just missing that timing to really
I
try
will
to
not be
punish,
sitting.
Narrate towards that back of the spawn. So now it's going to be, okay, well, we have to land those timings a little bit better. That's the game plan here that continues on into practice after practice after practice
Absolutely.
for Josh RT and the rest of the squad. He's using that full minute to his advantage.
Yeah. Having that discussion. And you're right, with G2 kind of
Do these
varying
count
it,
as steps?
pushing towards mid.
Sure, these count as
I'd say
steps.
most of the time that you have
Getting my
Jocko
steps up.
doing those strats, they've gotten that kill and they're through it. So now they're being presented with the moment it doesn't, and they're getting flipped on their head for that. It just takes a bit more control in knowing that anything can happen once they're going into the site as opposed to their probably usual results, honestly, because G2 is so good at executing these.
And remember when we started this map, I was mentioning here that G2 forces you to play out of sight a lot.
Yeah.
If you're going to use a lot of these utils from this double initiator from Teo and also Jonah P's KO. But Sentinels are doing a great job not even allowing G2 to get into the sites yet.
Nice.
Oh, second hit.
Oh.
It was
Oh.
perfect.
Oh.
And they're actually drawing
Oh.
it on the top side of mid there. The shots coming from Zelsis were so good to draw Jogamo's attention. They
Cancel.
want a little
Reset.
bit more
Reset.
towards mid. Zekin knows it only goes so far to peak numbers up, and they get back to safety.
Seems like we waited a little bit too long
Crossfire?
there for G2 to run through that smoke. Catwalk was open. It allows here Sentinels to get the
Oh,
paranoia
yeah.
hit.
We don't clear a pizza, Leaf. Come
Now
on,
it's-
Leaf. Oh.
Okay,
Gonna mention a flawless, but it's Valen in a 1v5.
Valen,
Dragon
It's all good,
IGL.
chill.
1v5, and he has the site to himself here. B site can be tricky enough to get this win. He plants close to stairs, which means aggression? No, okay. he
I will
stays
not
in
be
sight.
sitting.
Just TP stores the back. One paranoia and a smoke in 2 to create the angles that he wants.
Not the best spot to be, though. Narrate has Armageddon
Yeah.
salvos.
Should we smoke
Pinned
Spike?
himself.
Should we smoke Spike or no?
The tough part about this is you have to swing across the doorway once you get that initial fight, which gives your opponent that opening.
I saw him.
I don't think he was seeing that first time.
I saw
Yeah,
him,
they're
bro.
looking right at him. Oh, he gets hit by the concuss. Half coming through, but he has the angle for the 1v1 on the left side here. He's waiting for the peak
Oh my
first.
God.
That's going to be the
Holy
defuse coming
fuck.
through. A 4K for
All
Valen
good?
in the 5.
Worried?
The
I
fifth will be
wasn't.
there with Bang.
Worried? I wasn't.
And team collect the round 5 for Sentinels.
my
It's
God.
so difficult to deal against that. Valen
It's almost a
has to play
1v5.
against Salvos, the Armageddon, and Bang's still alive to throw a smoke down.
Exactly.
Now he had a full
Oh,
kit.
fuck. He's doing the nervous twirl.
Going into that one.
Valen's doing the nervous twirl.
Unfortunate there
He's
for
doing
the
the
side
nervous
of
twirl.
Valen, but still very great protocols for Sentinels.
We do a little bit of throwing, and that's what makes us us.
Oh my gosh. They're talking about the kills against
Hey,
Valen there. Should have been a
Don't
cleanup,
stop being
but
you.
Yeah, a little bit of throwing indeed, but still the round is collected.
The phase one's still good.
Nice,
Second
second.
opens things up towards B main.
A little bit of throwing into a little bit of
Jeez.
owning,
It's
kind of
troll
evens it
as
out.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And G2 hasn't really found the correct footing here on their attack side in the last 4 rounds. Leaf has still this Steel Garden that's been holding on for the longest time. Contact play, trying to find maybe a safe spot.
Ooh.
Steel Garden is down.
Smoke me, man,
back to
please.
his form against Cloud9. Back into his dominant form on the defensive side on this Jet.
What a light swing.
And already looking to make more opportunities out of it, switching his position, staying mobile, and keeping G2 guessing. We still have 5 members of Sentinels, and they aren't over-rotating out of this either. Still holding. Know that Zekin has put a stop to this. All right.
Oh my God,
Zekin
what the hell
looking
is
for
happening
but Trent's
there?
able to get the side swing on that one from Lane. And now they organize around the rest of the members of G2. Trenton team trying to find a few kills before they enter site.
Did Jonah hear him?
Would
Did
push
Jonah hear the
little
flank?
aggressive.
I think he heard
Two
him.
hero plays. Jonah P has to fight the B main against Narrate.
Oh!
He gets the short swing on Jonah P. Coming in from stairs, a swing out.
Yes,
double from
yes,
Trent,
the
almost
trade.
deja vu from Split, and that's going to be
Oh my
Bang with the
God,
kill.
nice,
Narrate's still
bro.
alive.
Let's
He'll
go,
give that
bro.
defuse over to Bang
Let's
on
go,
this one.
bro.
No, I was going to say
We're
Narrate,
doing
right?
this
It
thing.
looked like he was running away.
We're
It's like, come back
doing
and get
this.
Okay, we're
Come
back. We're
on.
sorted out here. 6
on,
for
bro.
Sentinels. As we get into round
doing
9,
it.
Sen are starting to pull away a lot.
And if you're a G2 fan, that's the raw moment for Trent to lose
He
his
broke the
mojo
flash
in these
as well.
clutches.
Wow.
Because now Sentinel's running away with his first half on a
What a
defense
shot.
in the lead by 4.
And the
Almost a
trade.
lineup, 30 HP remaining on
How
that
the fuck
Bang
did this guy
when they
get here?
line up
That's
again.
what I'm saying, bro.
Good thing I was talking over that. But now G2, they want to fight quick again with the double
Everybody
kill.
stand, bro. Everybody
There's
stand.
already potentially
Wait,
a
it's a B-main
special
crunch,
delivery
B-main
on
crunch,
the
B-main
defense from
crunch.
Narrate to stop them down, and
B-main crunch.
a 5 versus 2 potential fight into B main.
Straightforward. Zekin trying to be the spearhead once again.
Get
Bang
out, should we get
starts
out,
off
should
on
we
the
get out?
Jogamo,
Should we get
starting
out?
this round.
Yes, we get out.
0-6 first kills, first death. They'll make that 0-7.
Nice. Who do
Vans
we get?
not having a
Jogamo.
great time on the waylay to get that initial attack for G2.
Smoke
And
me main,
Sentinels
smoke me main, please.
is really playing offense.
Smoke me, man,
Yeah.
please.
Instead of
Please?
going for the special
Please?
delivery, they went for the salvos just to push him back.
Thank you.
A good old classic tiles pinch. But they only lose Jogamo in the process now for G2.
Play retake, eh?
Double Luck could really switch things around here as Valorant just got picked by the knife. But they've lost so much space. I don't think they want a drone to give their position away because you don't have Jogamo at the tip of the
Oh.
spear to open things up. Another jump
They're going
spot
cat, they're
coming
going
in here
cat.
from John Cutie sees and identifies to rotate over back towards the A site where Zelsis will get tested.
Come on, Zelsis.
Back
Good
up,
molly.
plays it safe. You
Good
can already
rockets.
see just across
Good
is
rockets.
John Cutie
Good
ready
molly,
to
good
help
rockets.
with that high-low.
Should we buy
Man,
soul?
what a stall here.
Thoughts on a
This is
Visol?
gonna put
Nah.
G2 back on 30 seconds. Are they in control?
Wait, they're
Is the
going
question
cat.
is they now have to consider
Ooh.
mid is not the
Where are they
play.
going?
only
Where are
lose
you
lead,
going, G2?
But they're
Chill.
losing people on cat.
Uh-oh. They're losing people everywhere for G2.
Nice.
Falling like dominoes on this one. Jonah P is able to get one trade back, but John with the quality
Come
tactics
on.
locks in another
Come
round for
on, bro.
Sentinels.
Let's go, bro.
Now
Keep
it's
going,
Sentinel's
bro.
time for the
Keep
Fraggy
going.
IGL to step up here for John Cutie. So good on the
That's
defense
big.
so far
That's
to
big,
defend
man.
the A site. Playing solo towards the tree. The high-low, yes, at least with Zelsis, but you saw the idea for G2. Putting a lot of members down towards the market, hoping to pull a little bit of that rotate out. And Sentinels are doing very similar things as G2 is doing at Trent. Give a lot of that
Nice,
responsibility
nice,
and trust
nice,
to
nice.
Zekin that can anchor it alone so they can continue to hold on the extremities.
It's a
and
B
fight
rush, it's a B
perfectly
rush.
Here for Sentinels defense. Zekin's walking out with the
Molly.
outlaw, but G2 wants to rush into the B site.
Dashed in. Jogamo looking for that
Oh.
first one. Has to refract. Does
Yes.
get the info, but it's not able to be played off of. Sentinels are reacting perfectly. And it's Leaf. They have to run through with the stingers. It seems like the only
What's
thing
happening?
they can do is press W to get this to work. Because Sentinels
2v3.
has the read left and right on these plays. John Cutie just stepping to the side.
Wait, good paranoia by
Picks up another
Bang.
kill here.
And he
Good
can't run forward
paranoia.
to get the kill because Bang just threw a perfect paranoia, so they can't punish.
Yes.
Cutie got caught.
The peaks left and right.
Put 'em
They're just
down!
laying with their food here. The pop flash comes out. A great duck and cover by Trent, but it's still not enough. That's the story. It's
Oh
just not
my
enough
God.
to take over Sentinels
Oh
retake right now.
my
They were showing
God.
it last on Icebox,
Oh
and now they're
my
showing it
God.
again on Ascent. The
Let's
retakes
go,
are just
bro.
too good.
Let's go,
Sensei
bro.
now getting as loud
Let's
as
go,
Sentinels
bro.
are inside the server. Following
The
behind
spam kill as
every
well.
kill, clean through smoke, staying alive
The
for so
tilt B
long
rush. The tilt B rush.
for the anchor players for Sentinels within these sites.
Game of retakes for Sen, and they are winning.
Barely any retakes, actually.
Barely needing to, yeah.
They're so good at fighting against G2's attack.
I mean, I guess that's what you have to do. Keep Trent out of a winning position. Do not allow that post plant to happen. Because, man, he just brings that win percentage
Spike is going
up for the side
cat?
of G2.
And denied a space
okay.
given by Jogimo. And again, it's the classic get in, refract, and there's going to be a player swinging behind. It's almost playing against a Yoru when they're going to the dimensional drift.
Armageddon
Nice.
back, but they've hardly
What?
cleared sight with the utils
Nice.
again for
Look at
G2. Narrate's just able to stand
Nice.
there. They do finally trade from Tree. It's going to be a bit of chaos, and G2 thrive right now as they head to site, but the retake potential still there. John Cutie's knife. Zekin with full util.
This time, no flash to John Cutie, though.
That's right.
Pulse plan crossfire setup would be good, but now they're leaving Jogimo alone on site.
And this is the question. Is it just a post plant that they can't get through, or can Sen break apart G2 here?
That's such a big knife. They know now that there's two players fighting towards main.
That's
Nice.
2 kills.
Nice.
One on each side. Celsius, however, is able to trade this and
Trent
make it
versus
uneven.
2.
Trent, the one we were wondering about, is versus the 2 shooters for Sentinels here. Celsius is going to be the first contact, and it's not going to be enough.
Ooh.
As they collect the 9.
Low HP Zekin. Good job. Oh, they're doing it back to them. They're doing it back to them. Take a
no.
timeout.
This
Take a
is the
timeout.
mental game as well as the game in the server now, Vansili.
G2 look like they're predictable.
No rockets,
in the
no
side
win,
of
dog.
Sentinels. Look at when you see the refract coming through. Narrate doesn't even care about tree anymore. He knows somebody's going to be swinging behind. So waits 3-2, gets the first pick, goes back towards the tree, has easy second kill. Again, it's just a mini dimensional drifts from a Yoru.
Nah.
When you
They're
have somebody
mocking them during the
react-
match.
Getting away from the space that was taken. The other ones will try to move in to try to fight back for G2. Sentinels has such a good game plan now on the defense.
All right. In numerous strats now, a bit of mid, and a lot towards A. Sentinels has the read. Phantoms across the
4
board
more
for them,
rounds.
knowing they're going to be firing through smokes the whole time. We usually see Zekin with that Vandal, especially last on Icebox. But switch to the Phantom here, feeling comfortable on it. And now a little bit of mid work again, but it does look like that A landing here for G2. Drone towards mid. Give them a bit of an idea, and they're trying to fake out Sentinels here, but they are not moving. They are rooted in their defensive spots.
A-pop?
Oddly enough, okay, so now they're utilizing Trent. So far, it's always been Jogimo breaking
Yeah.
open that wall. So they need Jogimo for the execution within the sights. And Trent can stay in range to use his salvos to help the hit.
Jogimo start off this first blood. It's going to be Valen that
Nice
actually gets
try.
banged
Too
out
much
of his
util.
anchor position. Something very hard.
Nice
spam goes
spam,
through.
Zekin.
Zekin unknown again with the Phantom through the smoke. They give the site for a moment.
Come in. Come
Zekin
in.
checks the back.
Come in.
Oh, we didn't see him.
Oh my God, his
But
timing is
Trent did,
good.
and that could be the play as Trent makes this call.
He needs to find the timing, though. Has to go for the backstab. He's not going to play the salvos.
Oh.
No, but it's going to be Jonah P. Can Jonah P save the round?
Yes,
It's a
John.
question. John Cutie comes up huge, and it
God.
happens again.
Oh
for
my
G2.
God.
Sentinels
Oh
get through an
my
error,
God.
and they take 10 on the first half.
Jonah P just
Oh
didn't have
my
enough on the
God.
Bulldog to
Oh
fight
my
against John
God,
Cutie,
let's fucking
who's
go,
been
bro.
so good on the defense
G2
again.
are tilted.
Trent,
G2
another
are
moment that
tilted
had such a
as
good moment
fuck.
to backstab players and just unfortunately misses those shots. And Sentinels able to capitalize in the end and take the lead by 8. Getting closer here to be the second team to represent the Americas at Masters Toronto.
It is a screaming first half here for Sentinels. G2 have to bring everything as we come back from the break here on Ascent. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I might have to stand for all our games. What the fuck is happening right now? This is fucking... Holy shit. No joke, since I started standing. I'm not kidding you guys. The energy changed. The energy actually changed in here. My abs.
side can mean for teams. It's weird to say, but also this game could be far from over.
The thing is, though, with G2 is on this map of Ascent, where they're currently
got
3-0.
We got this
Most
shit.
of their success has been done on the attack.
We got this shit.
This is the first
Come
time
on,
that
bro.
they have to play the comeback from the defensive
Come
side,
on, bro.
and against a team
10-2.
like Sentinels,
3
who's been
rounds,
red hot
dude.
since the first
3
half of this third map.
rounds.
I'm not sure if G2 will have it. It will
3
have to start with this
rounds.
pistol, and they will definitely have to dig deep in their pockets to find some sort of silver lining.
And it's a heavy util focus round. Look at the amount of classics you have over on the side of G2. A few armors tagged in there as well, so they're looking to teamwork this one for a retake, if possible. You can see how far they're already playing deep in the sights. As Sentinels walk right up mid here to knock on the front door. Door is closed. May not thwart them. G2 just want a bit more coverage on the round with the way that they're playing and how much they want to just slow things down a little bit.
Everything's being covered up, though. You have a wall watching towards the B main.
Yep.
If you break the wall or break the door towards B, you know that Sentinels are going to inch towards that side. And you're jiggling here. That's Juggernaut's responsibility now. That could get stopped by salvos towards the end. And it starts, and you're able to dash away. Thankfully here, no trap play from G2 that will stop Sentinels for now.
Flashes on both sides. A good lurk by Zelsis here. They're going to have to be very careful about that as Sentinels start to move into the site. Narrate has broken
Nice
the defensive line. Zelsis starts off with Trent, so they won't have that initiator utility to get
Good
back
trade.
in. And that
Nice,
kind of
Zelsis.
activates
Really
G2
good.
to move a little bit faster. It pays off for the moment, but will it pay off for the round
Nice.
win?
1v1 chill.
Bang here versus Leaf.
Does he have time to TP take bomb? Take bomb TP
Making
or
a
no?
noise. Leaf has a lockdown on his position because of that movement, but he gets to safety now as Leaf goes for the
He
short
knows he walked
peek
off.
and resets himself at the top of the site, following in the footsteps of Bang here to get a ghost.
Riken Classic to close the gap.
Oh, where'd he go? He's in the
10-2.
box.
This is an incredibly pivotal pistol round here for G2 to win this. It is on Leaf, lower in HP, better in weaponry. Trying to get this final kill as he's going to have to push soon to get that timing on the spike. Just right clicks coming out. And this is going to be a Bang! They shut down G2 on the pistol, and it's now 11-2.
Good shit.
G2 are now backs against the wall. At this point, you probably have to
Two
go
more
for
rounds.
that force buy no matter what.
2 more rounds, bro.
The steepest uphill battle to play against Sentinels. A team who has been undefeated in this split. Tested by a team who's turned things around since the loss of Crew.
I was saying take the spike and TP market, but nah.
And you definitely need some hero players coming through. Second and Bang, John Cutie
Nice, man.
have definitely done it on the side of the defense. And Kaplan could definitely taste the victory with the rest of the team.
Nah, go ahead, take your pause, bro. Fuck it. It's all
Josh
good.
RT already calling the last timeout available for the side of G2 Esports.
Crazy stuff here. G2 trying to get a word in at what could be the final hour at this chance. I mean, they still move to the lower bracket here, so not a problem with the loss, but it is Toronto on the line and Sentinels 2 rounds away. So the chat has to happen here with the team. And you can see they are listening. Not much coming from the players, so it's the reset.
2 more rounds, 2 more rounds, come on.
They know how to do this. It's going to take a lot of work, though. Stinger buy, as we know, coming out of G2 if that round goes the way of their opponents. Let's see if Sentinels, however, are going to recognize this one. This means G2 might have to play far up.
Look at the frags in the server, bro.
With those defensive stingers, which also makes it a little scary here, but
Top fragger has 13
at this moment if you want to keep it off overtime.
And with the knife that starts on the attack side of Sentinels, it does not hit Leaf. So the 2 Razor Vines, the walls are still good. Counter knife, no information gathered. That's a huge knife being thrown all the way from tree from Jonah P.
Here.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Close this shit out, baby.
At the very beginning, though, trying
Close
to
this shit out,
have
baby.
3 players
Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Take your
That
time.
heavily damages
Take your
Celsius.
time. Wait, we got a
Throughout
rat.
all of that chaos, the insert from Valorant to listen
How's
to
he
these
here?
rotates.
How
but
the
this
fuck can
is
you
a
be
buy from
here?
G2
How can you
who
be
only
there?
has stingers. It's not the best of buys to be in
Wait,
this
why is
position,
Second looking
to be
there?
in these positions on the side of G2 with how forward they are. Sentinels looks like they want to stop and go, re-hit back towards the B site, but nobody from G2 has rotated across.
No. Valen just trickling in that information of what vision he has. All that
I'm
util
scared to
inside
see what
sight
Rob
from
says if we
Leaf
win here.
could do the exact amount of damage they need. Straightforward.
It's all
Second
good.
tries to basically pull the Jogamo away. Like, there's no smoke. There's no kill to be had there.
Get him.
El
Oh.
is right there, but it's still enough time for Leaf to capitalize on the window. The Stingers, how are they just too much for Sen every time?
And the wall
That's okay.
was
We
still
lose that
up.
round every time,
It
guys.
split the
We
Sentinels
always
push,
lose that
and
round.
G2 stays alive
We
until
always
they're
lose that
clear
round.
by.
It's fine.
You gotta
worry
be
about it,
kidding
chill.
me. Smiles on the face of
Everyone
G2.
chill.
They get away
Everyone
with
chill.
that round, but
Everyone
honestly,
chill.
I don't know if get away is the
Goma,
right
Goma,
word.
Goma,
They secure
Goma,
it
Goma,
again.
Goma.
They're so good with it, and it does not seem like a team has an answer. Maybe just keep buying stingers. Maybe just keep buying stingers, man. Great job there. Sentinels still have a lot of room to work with and a lot of time to work with here on this second half. But G2, they are now down and out as we see.
And Sentinels knows that they are so much cushion. 8th round lead, so
Good
going
go.
for a
Good
full
save.
classic round against G2. G2 on their side just upgrading as much as they could, playing pretty much escalation at this point. Jogmo going with the Bulldog and Leaf as well.
Drone is down.
The drone doesn't get too much information, so that is actually Zekin well inserted towards this wine, but being pushed out by the salvos, and that's actually a good read towards the end. That's no dash for Zekin to clear space into the B site. So if they're going to try to go into B one more time, that util from Leaf would still be once again too good to deal with.
He's already playing for a first look on it too.
Ooh, that might change the tempo though. That
Yeah?
knife just suppressed him.
Narrate only getting so
Everyone
close.
chill,
3 picks
bro.
away still on that ult.
Everyone chill, bro. I got you guys.
To rotate back across, they had Zekin here for quite a while, so they have decided to change the strat a few times. Zekin's lurk here would have still been pivotal to use on the round, but they're gonna have to create another fake here. 30 seconds left. Fragment goes down.
Nice.
It's gonna be Jonah P with a bit of utility out for the rest of the squad. Is easily able in sight to thwart the rest of the members there of Sentinels.
Behind you, Valen, behind you.
Narrate just on that lurk will be found
Good
by
you go.
Valen.
Good you
And
go.
G2
Good you go.
grab
Good you go.
themselves another round, but they know there's a lot of work to be done.
They save the 2 Bulldogs into the next round as well. And that's the difficult portion here for our difficult part for G2.
2 more rounds.
Because they
2
know
more
they
rounds.
have backs against the wall against Sentinels, they have to keep upgrading to weapons. So even if they have stingers that they save within this round, they dropped it back towards the spawn, upgrading to these, so the money could potentially stay low if they keep losing players in the process in these fights against Sentinels. And Sentinels is just going to keep grinding into the economy and potentially even turn it around by that point.
Jogamo wants some action. And maybe at this point, Jogamo feels like he needs to produce something too, with the first half being so difficult, being shut down by Sen. You just get that inkling where you want to make that impact, and he does. Drops second, and that's going to bring the heart rate up. The rest of the fire comes through, and it's going to be too much in mid as Jaw goes for another peek there.
Chill.
You'll take that to start,
Chill.
though. A nice little saturate combination towards the fridge. Punishes 2 players there.
I believe.
No more dashes, no more salvo utility to open
Nice.
the site. Now they have to work towards
Big kill,
middle, and
John.
John Cutie starts things up well.
Hardly even saw him on that shot. John is feeling it right now. Almost looked for another one, sees the elbow. And this fight's just going to be a 1v1 by them as
Nice try.
Celsius goes down to Trent here
Bang?
on that push.
Any magic from Bang?
So you played their pistol round. We know you're going to be lurking this late into the round, Celsius.
Enemy remaining.
Man,
Down B.
G2 just seem to have a lockdown here. Once they have early momentum in the round,
30
so
seconds
confident in
left.
these trades.
Oh, somehow made it alive without being stunned.
Saw him again.
Saw him drop out.
You guys are pussies. Just
so
peek me, bro.
One, two,
Fucking
who's gonna be
util
first?
team, dude.
Just
Can't do
toying
shit
with
without
their food.
util.
5 now for
Bunch
G2.
of pussies on that team.
The timeout, playing in strong. That talk from Josh, reset the squad, and now they have 3 in a row.
You've had these moments on the side of the Sentinels camp where they actually had very strong starts, very strong leads. but their opponents are actually starting to come back into the game. I remember a couple of interviews ago, within their wins, Kaplan was mentioning I should have called some of these timeouts a little bit earlier here.
Pause. Good pause.
Really catch up and build that momentum. It's starting off well here since this force buy from G2 in that second round of the half. Breaking the econ over Sentinel, snowballing a couple of rounds, and also surviving with 3 players in the last round. So the economy is back to normal on the side of the defense for G2. And Kaplan now, it's finding ways to try to shut things down right away here.
Yeah.
And trying to get this drone pick towards middle, maybe try to break some walls or trying to get that spot and control towards middle is being well defended by G2. And Sen,
hey, the line, I ain't saying shit, bro.
That
we're winning this shit. 2 more rounds, come on.
G2 currently has,
yeah.
Because since the very beginning, Leaf has been using the wall towards B main instead, and not using the wall towards middle for information.
That's true. We'll see how he sets it up again. Looks like it actually might be heading over towards A, so they can keep a focus towards mid and towards tree a little bit more. We'll wait for it to come out. Imagine.
Stop imagining
right
and
now
wake up and smell the flowers, dude. Sentinels are 2 rounds away from Toronto. Let's focus up, people.
Being brought out by Jogamo, so you know he's going to try to get into dangerous spots and use that refract to make sure they have an early say in the round. Back towards mid. Yeah, like you said, toying here with mid, trying to destroy the wall. This time they won't find it. It looks like they're gonna have to move on from here. Oh my gosh, Trent and Leaf just laid down Sentinels as they try to get into the site. There's a few more come through as they farm the low buy rounds here from Sen, and G2 look like they're gonna grab 6.
I'm getting nervous.
A few ults will be online for the following rounds.
Realistically, we're fine.
No way for Sentinels to really come in for a plant and build up
Our
a little
ults
bit of
will
that extra
eventually come
300
to play.
credits across the board.
We're gonna have ults eventually.
But you're definitely starting to see here that both teams are looking fairly comfortable on snuffing out the attack side of their opponents. Sentinels, this is 5 rounds now in a row that we haven't even had to play a retake for G2. It's all fights as soon as Sentinels tries to go for an execution.
Let's go. We're winning this shit.
I mean, you have to feel like you have a read on the game right now. If this is what's happening and Sentinels hasn't shown you anything since that first round. Already in. Straight back towards mid. I wonder if this is Sentinels trying to find out where the wall's going to be, what kind of game they can play with that, because again, Leaf's shear is out. Oh, it's out towards the right side of A this time.
Correct.
So they do have it working on that A main, which means they can keep focusing this mid, and they have the right idea.
And he's playing towards this area so that if there's a lot of pressure, he can actually throw the Razor Vines. Or the Vise ult, which is perfect.
What the fuck? Marshall!
Narrate stubs his toe on the Armageddon, walked right into that thinking it was going to be just soon enough that it left.
Nah.
John Cutie answers, but Jogamo hits the sliver shot. Not a chance for Zelsis to return.
I'm a little nervous now, I'm not gonna lie.
They just search for John.
I'm a little nervous now.
Take him out.
Nah.
Jonah P finds his duplicate.
I'm a little nervous
and
now.
ends that round.
I still believe, but I'm a little nervous.
We said it when we came in. It is still very much
these
a
rounds
match.
have been very one-sided.
G2 is getting back on the defensive side of Ascent.
No joke. Personally, I kick the shit out of my PC right here. I take a tech pause. I kick my PC as hard as I can. I kick it, I make sure it turns off.
The position that you had from the Steel Garden from Leaf right towards the garden that covers the
I make sure that PC turns off.
So that G2 could actually fight
Check
just
the
against
PC,
pistols,
please, bro.
Sentinel keeps trying to go for this mid to be split.
Do not peek fucking cat. I'll break your legs. Oh my god, narrate, you fucking guy.
So many attempts of taking mid control.
Yeah.
G2 were changing their position around, and it started off pretty well. There was a jump spot going towards the B link that Jogamo potentially could have punished.
Whoa.
It's all fun and games until they bring it back on our asses, bro.
Here for Sentinels.
We should go A. Let's go A.
Plan in mind, but they've already given
They have a
G2
wall,
that
there you
time to
go.
set up, understand it's not a rush, and kind of position themselves here further in sight to make sure they are ready for utility. So it's not about speed for Sen right now. They're trying to control and get ready for these ultimates, I think.
There's an op here too, man. How do we beat this?
And the walls
How do we beat
just
this?
slightly forward up.
Show me the players, please.
Already Razorvine's playing counter.
Ooh, Zekin in first.
Nice.
Been kind of quiet on these past few rounds here. Shut down by G2, but now awake here on round 19.
They have ults? No, it's...
And that null command is going to give them a good amount of space here to hit this round. A big lurk from Zelsis.
He's going through. He's going
get
through,
some
right?
Tags on people, but I think his timing is already the same as John Cutie, so not really much a lurk anymore.
What the
He
fuck?
got blinded.
Wait,
G2
where?
can move in somehow. Oh, G2's turning it around.
The distraction, he jumps in, has the op, so he's not going to be providing too much unless he's up top on Heaven like that. And now it's the 3v2. G2 are closing
What
in on set,
happened?
and that's a third one for Joe.
What happened?
Are they even pressured in these situations?
Dude, we don't see any kills. The Observer's not doing their job.
I was just about to mention that G2 will
What
be
the
heavily
fuck?
tested on how they can retake the site with Jogimo's op.
Where
And
is this
somehow he
shit?
still moves
I
in.
didn't see one kill there.
Just to find information first, and then
Yeah.
comes in right after when his teammates are getting first
Oh
bloods on
my
a retake.
God.
And look at what he can bring.
Oh
Clean
my
shots towards the
God.
end. A highlight reel.
No.
Stop it, 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 stop
You
it.
can see Kaplan
Stop
knows
the
it's
bleeding,
getting away
stop the
from him.
bleeding,
It's
stop the bleeding,
too
stop the
close
bleeding,
for
stop the bleeding.
comfort here.
We paused again? Fuck!
And that's going to be
We're
that
actually
final
scared.
timeout
Are we actually scared?
for the side
Oh
of
God, we're actually
Sentinels.
scared.
How,
God.
Vans, how do you reset
God.
momentum like this? You
Oh
can
God,
only
oh
tell
God,
the
oh
team
God,
that
oh God,
what
oh
they were
God, oh
doing was
God.
working, right?
Oh
The
God,
retakes,
oh God, oh
that was
God,
where
oh
Sentinels
God,
were
oh God.
huge. So it's got to be off the beginning. Just pretend you're attacking with a retake, right? Is that easy? No, it's not. It's not when you don't have the momentum that G2 has right now.
I'm not sitting down. I'm not changing what got us
Right now
here.
for Sentinels is
I will not sit
the
down.
wall has been a little bit of
We
a pain
will-
point at the very beginning for Sentinels on trying to
We will make it
enter
work.
towards the main of the B
We will
site.
make this work.
Didn't work out.
It's got
Let's
us
try
here,
to go for a
dude.
little bit of mid control and go for these
No,
splits.
I'm not sitting,
Denied
bro.
now
It
by
got us
the
here.
crunch that
I will
G2's
not
pulling in
sit.
from the rotates on the defense. But you're definitely seeing here that the pressure
Oh,
that's being
it's
added on the
11-8.
side of Sentinels
Taking
when
a
they're working
pause
towards
here.
middle, that G2's
Kaplan's gonna
rotate
calm
is
them
not
down.
necessarily on
Everyone's
flanks
calm,
in
dude.
front of catwalk.
They're not
They're actually
even
playing back
freaking
towards
out.
the
It's
defender
all
spawn,
fine.
trying to scale back towards the market and try to fight back towards the spawn towards B. So there's potential here for
All fine, it's
John
all fine,
Q. I mean,
chill.
you're going to ask a lot for him to try to have the perfect calls to manipulate the rotates and to actually start activating a little bit more lurks, maybe even towards the A main.
Yeah.
Force maybe a 1v1 into Leaf, and then maybe you have a chance to pull back now into a site hit that's a little bit cleaner and play at a man advantage.
I like that.
No,
I like
chill.
because I feel like Sentinels is playing back when, say, the
chill.
Vice is more acting like a killjoy with an alarm bot. They're just looking for
Little tech
alarm bot
pause?
destruction, and then
Thank
they go and do
God.
something else. When
Finally, we
they're
kicked the
not getting that
PC.
wall
You
in
waited
mid,
this
they're
long?
not able
I
to
would have
mess
kicked
with
it at
any
11-5.
utility, and G2 is just saying, hey, someone's outside the front door. We don't have to react yet. So I think a lot of
Hey,
what
where'd he
Sen's
go?
doing is too telegraphed, a little too slow there. We saw Zekin dive into the site and capitalize on one. They just have to be able to keep that pressure.
Bathroom
G2 is
break
so
my ass,
on
bro.
top
Pee your
of
fucking
what
pants,
Sentinels is
dude.
doing. They're
We
not
got
really
Toronto
giving
in 2
respect to those
rounds.
engages. It's being
Ain't no way
engaged.
bathroom break. You got a medical note?
And this is the first time as well that G2 was tested on into the retakes. Right?
Yeah,
The first time we're
right.
seeing a defuse
He better have a
coming in
medical
from
note.
G2 as well. And it was just a simple, well, I like to say simple, but they did have a good buddy system to run back into the site off the information that
They're
Jogmo's
icing
able to
us.
bring. If they're able to shut down Jogmo first, not necessarily on killing him, but making sure that he stays further back and cannot get the jump in refract info for the team,
Yeah.
Sentinels might have a chance. They haven't really had an opportunity to really put narrate into these post-plant scenarios that Trent has
We've
been
been
doing so
nice.
well throughout this whole
Chill,
series.
bro, chill.
And despite that, when I mentioned that Trent, yes, had a couple of whiffy rounds into this third map of Ascent, he's still on the top of the board, by the way, for G2.
Yeah, 19 and 13 with 7 assists there too. The whole package this game, for sure, coming in from Trent. 15 and 13
Pansy's
for
in the
Zekin
chat.
on the other side.
Nice pause, Smile.
I would say
This is
everybody's
definitely a
really
Pansy
bragging in
Tech
this game
pause.
as You're close to double digits just for every
Punch
single
back.
player here.
Yeah,
Where'd he
thanks,
go?
Pansy.
Nah. If
Trying
Trent
to catch
pops
up to
off,
you
I want
guys.
him
We
drug
need
tested. I
orange
don't care.
slices and juice
If he
boxes.
has any good rounds to close out the match, drug test.
That said, though, if you're looking
saying
back
it,
to
bro.
on
I'll say
the
it.
side
I'll
of
say it.
G2, remember,
don't know what
on
the fuck he
first
did.
half, you've called it at some point.
We don't know where he went.
How they were so good for Sentinel's side
Watch
to shut
out
down
for
Jogimo
Trent.
on the entries.
Watch
0-7
out for
at some
Trent, bro.
point
Yeah.
in terms of
First blood
This is
Trent.
allowed? I guess so.
But now he's currently sitting at 10 and 13. You saw the triple kill he just had on that retake.
Yeah.
You don't want this guy to start activating, which is why
There better be an admin with him in the bathroom.
Start calling these timeouts a little bit earlier because you're starting to see a warm up on the side of Jonah P, a warm up on the side of Jogimo.
For sure.
And it's not the right time for Sentinels to cool down when they don't have any timeouts left to work with.
Jog with an early op.
Nice and slow
Not even
now.
refracted yet either. He's just going out there for the
What a
initial
fucking-
take.
Get
God, what a toss.
But they have an
Brady?
idea on the read with all the pushes they're doing on tree and towards tiles here.
And that spy that they
Fuck.
have for Sentinels, Nary doesn't even have a drone to come out with, so they're actually investing a lot of force spy into this round. Because Zekin has Bladestorm, he could be that pivotal piece that allows here Sentinels to turn the map back in their favor, especially on their attack side. And he's currently moving here towards this A side. Sentinels are getting ready for a time hit with the salvos of Narrate for a split of a 3-2 towards this A site.
G2 are ready for the 1 minute take. There goes the smoke towards A main to already slow. Valen is prepped. The 0 point starts to come out. They actually get tagged. Zekin takes one down, but Jonah P answers with 2, and Tree is done. The pincer move is no longer there, and what's in sight has to hit like a brick. It does not.
Oh, the wall bang!
It does not. John Cutie coming up with 2. Sentinels feeling
Spike
the
is
pain
down.
on this one as they cannot
Break
get
door,
to
break
the site
door.
with the spike. G2 just too strong.
30
Safety here
seconds
for
left.
John Cutie.
Clear right,
This
clear
is
right, clear
dangerous,
right,
though.
clear right, clear right, clear right, clear right, clear right. Clear right, clear right.
Oh, the shorty just on his right. Will he think to check it? Looks into sight first. That's 2 from Lee for the drive-by.
Let's get the ult
9
out.
for G2, and like you said, that was Sen pushing themselves into a buy.
Oh
We'll have to see
my
what they can scrap
God.
up here on this
Oh
next
my
round.
But the
God.
convergence path,
Oh
and
my
then
God,
having
stop
Leaf
it. Oh
moving
my God,
forward,
stop
that was going to be dangerous. They still had util up towards that wall, and it seems as though the last 2 players were so separated between Jarimo and Leaf that there was a chance for your fragging IGL on the side of Sentinels to clutch that. And yeah, that was a nice little opening, but unfortunately it wasn't enough because of this push coming out from Jonah P. The util on both of the initiators from both teams have been really good for the defensive side, and it's so hard to deal against. Trying to go for a double swing potentially on the top of middle here from Sentinels after the thrown spots. The op from Jogimo. And they also spotted that wall though, it's been pinged out right away.
They've got good util. They get his refract out. They think
Oh.
a bit of a mid push is coming. They got the drone out. This is the time Sentinels have
They have
a
a free
step
sight.
ahead
They
of
have
the
a free
play,
sight.
and one where they can start to come back. Let's see how G2 reacts.
And somehow with a stinger by 2, but identifying that wall, they know that they have a clear path moving towards the A site.
Smoke
No
heaven.
walls to stop them. And Celsius
Smoke
places a
heaven.
nice wall for the post plant.
Oh, all 5 heaven. They are going to waterfall
Form.
into sight. They got to be ready. The
Oh
ball
my
comes out.
God.
Jogamo hits 1. Already able to just spread out onto
Nice.
heaven here.
Nice.
The trades are in favor of Sentinels to start. Jogamo can't find that position to jump in just yet. The door's broken and they need that
hard.
extra attack point. There it is. They draw the door focus. Beautifully done. They're working it all together. They find a way to do it. G2 perfection on the retake.
One round away for G2 to tie this game. A stinger by for Sentinels, a stack towards hell.
It was eco.
but
It was
wasn't
eco.
enough
It was eco. It
to
was
go for
eco.
the
That was a good
ping-pong
eco.
swings to fight
That was a
back
good
against
eco.
the
I don't
retake
care.
of G2.
That was a good
and again,
eco.
it's engaged and initiated by Jogimo at the top of heaven.
Wait, nice!
They are ready. They just want to get back into each round, Vans. They don't even want the end of the round time. Just start it again. You can see that G2's feeling it.
Oh.
Sentinels had a plant. And now with the buy that they have is just small shields, regen shields, not the best in terms of armor to keep them alive in these fights. And they're trying to add a fight into main again.
Valen and team pop flaps out. They're going to get the win here onto Sentinels, and they're going for the throw. Sentinels get another buy, and they're going to just put that money back down into the gutter as G2 go for the throat again.
You have to escape with only 6
Oh
HP
my
remaining on
God,
Bang.
no.
The best thing you can do right now for Sentinels at this point is to try to salvage these orbs.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what
Trying to
to
build
do.
up the ult here for John Cutie.
Oh my God,
Bring
bro.
this to potentially the last 2
No,
rounds
stop it. What do we do?
of this map to determine the winner
Crazy.
of who qualifies to Toronto. They don't even want to go towards B to try to pick it up because they lost all that information towards middle in the very beginning. So now it's just, okay, use this minute right now for John Cutie. There's no more timeouts left for Kaplan. It's all up to the
Sit down
IGL
and
to
stand
try
back
to
up. Do
pull
I
out
gotta
the next
reset
2
it?
rounds.
And this type of play from G2
All right.
continues to just
I'll
remind
reset
us
it.
and
I'll reset
instill
it.
that pedigree
I'll
that they
reset it.
bring to the table
I'll
in
reset it.
situations where it looks
I'll reset it.
impossible.
30
reset it.
seconds
They're
left.
still able to make it
I'll
happen
reset
here.
it. Chill.
Tying up the game with this one.
11-11.
Still got
I
work
can't
to
believe
do,
my fucking
but the
eyeballs.
momentum is fully
I actually can't believe my
in favor
eyeballs.
of G2
It was
here
just 11-2
as they
like
string
fucking 2
another
minutes
round
ago.
together.
And that will
It's
tie
been
up
like
the game.
3 minutes past.
11 to 11. We wish for a good series, and we're getting it so far.
10 seconds
And
left.
again, at the beginning of this round, you saw that Sentinels were trying to pull
What
out a
else
little
do
bit of
we
a
have?
strat book from G2.
Narrate
Going for the
soul?
salvos to take control of line
Yeah.
and in front of sight. But look at that answer back of G2 that other teams haven't really been doing instead. When G2
Oh my
continuously
God.
adds the double initiator util to take forward A main, the counter salvos to come across, and a pop flash towards the smoke.
That's right. You can't even get your Omen TP over at that point. One of the biggest things about taking that A main control to have the double peek. So yeah, everything is being
Oh
shut
my god,
down.
they're tilting.
Super smart plays here, getting Mastermind towards the end of the series. Map 3, all the stops being pulled out, and the last bits of the strat book
Oh my
being
God.
flipped, the last pages.
And right now, towards this B main, you have Zelsis potentially trying to throw a flash, but no, he's going to fall back instead.
Target.
I was going to say that's a perfect position for Jogamo to be at, to just get an opening, avoid the flash, and get a pick with the up towards main.
All right. Oh, does get the wall.
Nice.
Okay, but the drone did see that it was the jet.
Yeah, they know that's a fake. And this is what we kind of talked about before too, Vans, is that's not enough to be faking G2 out right now. Because they bring the fight to tree. Just right in there, they're not even worried.
So much util has been used in the very beginning, though, from both initiators, and the off shot missed, still from Jogamo towards B main.
A rarity.
But all of that util expense here towards the side of G2. Now this is an opening for Sen to go for the mid to B split.
They finally go through the door on this one. They've been tempting it. They've been trying. They squeeze through that choke point. Do they know Jogamo's in the back, though? The operator's
Yeah.
going to be tough in that close spot.
The knife hit him. So they know he's towards that back. But they're wasting so much
They
time for
gotta take
Sentinels.
it.
Exactly. G2 could flip back in this fight.
There's one. There's no help for that.
Spike
One dry
down,
peek by
B.
Narrate to go in. A second one, they try to get a bit of util. The flash, Arcros goes down.
Nice.
Jogamo can't get another one. Sentinels finally dislodge him from the back of the site, but they don't know how close G2 is, and they're right on top of John Cutie.
And so much time's been wasted. Trent may have salvos very soon. As I mentioned, he just has it up. Here comes the flood back into the site.
Always in the iPad for him. Ready to attack. Flash goes over. Hide from Zek and keeps him safe. And he's the only one on stairs as Zelsis is trained on that lane side.
The only thing Sentinels has is his flash.
Nice.
Flash turned.
Nice.
And that's going to be
Nice!
Sentinels!
Oh
4K for Bang, and that's what it takes to get him to game point.
Nice. Holy.
That
They-
one
Oh,
flash that was
man.
remaining there for Zelsis pops it,
Oh.
allows for him to get 2 assists, and for Sentinels to just fight back on the foot of G2. All the util was ready for G2 to move in as a group.
Oh my
And look at
god.
the
Good
position
job,
towards the end.
bro.
Bang once again, stepping up to the plate when needed. And Sentinels are one round away of qualifying to Toronto.
What's it gonna take?
Shut the fuck
Jogamo
up,
gets
pussy.
the operator back out for the hard
Shut
line.
up,
He's
bro.
gonna go straight mid. And Sentinels is going to tempt it. The smoke just at mid keeps Jogamo from opening the round with a kill here, but he's waiting inside for that party.
And G2 haven't really been doing this so far. Not with the op, at least. And Jarmo will try to get it done. That's his responsibility here. The drone
Oh
spots
my
a couple
God.
players towards Sabrosa. Jaw's just trying to find that timing.
There.
Oh,
That's Narrate down. That's no salvos to open up the site towards the tree. So you can't manipulate the map so far for Sentinels.
G2 win this. They flip us into overtime and reset the sides. Everybody's defense has been stronger, it seems, so far. So we're going to get a hell of a back and forth if it does happen.
My god.
Sentinels look to string back over towards the A side now. They've chosen correctly, but that only depends on how well Valen and Jonah P want to pop off here.
Valen still has a flash to delay, and Jonah could throw a knife and even Molly towards the tree.
30 seconds
One.
left.
Valen starts the pop off. The fuse is lit here for G2. With overtime on the horizon, they have 5 members to retake this site from just the 3 of
Nice,
Sentinels.
Zelsis. Come on, baby.
Zelsis makes it 4
Zekin, you're
members
up.
of G2.
Zekin, I'm calling you to the court, brother. Zekin.
Gets back on the other side of the wall. Huge play. Definitely not going to expect this. Maybe the timing is reset for Jogamo now, but
They have a
Zelsis
flank. They have a
goes for
flank.
the
They have a flank.
deeper reset here. And now he knows the drop
Nice,
is there.
Zekin.
Zekin answers with 1.
Nice,
They're looking
Bang.
to take the round.
Nice,
Only 2 kills
Zelsis.
away. 1 more.
Nice.
It's just going to be it. gets the kill. That's 13 for Sen.
Come on, dude. Come on, bro. Oh my god, let's fucking go, man.
A beautiful fight for Sentinels in the
Holy
last round.
fuck, dude.
Taking all the rounds of
11-2.
regulation in order to qualify to
Oh
Toronto.
my
Converting
god,
a 3
dude.
versus 5.
Oh my god,
Facing the
stop
adversity,
it,
going into
man.
potentially overtime.
That was
but they shut down
insane,
G2
dude. That was
at the
seriously
right
insane.
moment. With the shining stars of Sentinels.
Oh my
denying
god,
G2's
what a
easy
win.
track to qualify.
What a win.
Kickoff revenge.
What a
A
win.
hard-fought last map.
What a
The
fucking win,
timeout
dude.
so necessary
Holy
for Kaplan there to correct
shit.
what was happening, and Sentinels
Holy shit.
show us a
11-2
revenge match that they have wanted
to
since
11-11. Nah, man.
A team here for Sentinels.
That is
bombed out
insane,
of Masters
bro.
Bangkok. A slow start that they had during kickoff,
Dude.
and they needed to iron things
Was that a
out.
3v5 on the last round as
Celsius
well?
mentioned it,
That was a
Narek mentioned it.
3v5
They
on
needed to just
12-11
talk
as well.
and be better inside
Oh
and
my
outside
god,
of the server.
dude.
And it turned things around here in the midpoint of that first split.
Oh my
And they've
god.
been up and up ever since. The Vibe Merchant seems to be back for sure with Celsius.
Absolutely. And the playoff buff is there for Sen, it seems. With everyone coming out, Narrate having his rounds. As you said, Celsius, their second is frying. John Cutie coming into play in the clutch rounds that he needed to, as well as Bang.
Holy
Super short
fuck.
playoff buff.
Celsius and the crew over at Sentinels are able to wing this one over and
Holy
give a chance here for
fuck.
John Cutie, the honorary Canadian
Yeah.
that flew away from the MENA region, from Morocco, moving to Montreal to pursue a
my
career
God.
in Valorant, joining the ranks of M80, playing from Montreal, and now has
Oh
the
my
chance to
God.
play in a quote-unquote home crowd in Toronto, Canada.
Nah. That was
of course,
insane.
there's
From
gonna be a
Icebox
lot
to
of fans.
Ascend. Dude.
Following Sentinels here.
Dude, what a crazy
their road.
win, bro. Nah, no one had us
Versus
winning that
Masters
series.
International of Toronto. I mean,
For
look
real,
at
no
this.
one had us
It's
winning,
been
especially
such
the
a
way
good
it was
series
looking.
overall, back and forth.
That was so
Almost
well
even
fought,
an
bro.
overtime push coming through here until, unfortunately, a 3v5
No one had us, dude.
came through from
Liz did,
heroic
that's true.
plays
Yeah.
of Sentinels right over here.
The rounds we saw where it took the team looked great, but it definitely took a lot of star power in single rounds here. And then the sum of the parts
Liz.
coming together. So many awesome clutch plays. So many rounds you did not think would go the way of the team that was down on members. And crazy stuff. You see exactly what it means to Sen, what it means to Celsius. They talked about how young this squad is in age. Not that they haven't grown over the stage, but that they have a lot to work on.
Perfect
and
timing.
It feels like they locked down
Rob
a lot
said
of those things they felt might have
that
been
if we
problems, which are now
qualify
successes.
for the
You
event,
see the sigh of relief towards the end for Celsius too, because remember, this was a third map that was a
our new
10-2 lead
hockey
for Sentinels,
jerseys
Yeah.
and G2
are being
were
thrown
coming
on the
back in
shop.
second half. It
Oh,
started
let me
with
see
a
this.
forced buy from a stinger that almost brought this
And
into
I need
overtime. And that could have
everyone
been
in
a
Toronto
different
repping this
story written
shit.
by G2 if it actually did
I
go into
need
overtime.
everyone
We've never
in
had a 10-2
Toronto
comeback, so they
repping
were
this
this
shit.
close in VCT Americas from making that happen, which is absolutely crazy.
Can we get a pin message in the chat?
Sentinels, they do show that they can come out and stop G2's momentum, and I think that's one of the big things is when teams start to fall prey to that.
It's
it seems like
a
the game's
new
over.
it's a
Yeah,
new
you
hockey
mentioned,
jersey.
like, also
I mean,
at the
I
same
don't know.
time,
I
we saw
can't
the
speak on the
reaction
quality. I
from
haven't seen it
Narek,
yet,
for
but I'm
example.
sure it's insane
In
as
these
fuck.
moments where you talked about the emotions,
I'm
he
sure
looked
it's
so good
insane.
on that map of Ascent.
I'm sure it's
knowing where the hits
insane.
are coming from G2,
Look.
and also is a key player now to this roster.
Well,
Obviously,
let's see
only
what they
get it
have
if
to
you
say
can
about the
afford
game
it.
themselves. We're gonna send it down to
But
Elizabeth
I'm
at
hoping
the
we see a
stage
lot of
for the
people in the
Verizon
crowd.
post-match interview
I'm hoping
with
we see a lot of
Sentinels.
people in the crowd repping our jersey, bro.
Good shit.
Sen City, I know you're here. Give it up.
It's about to be sick. It's about to be sick as fucking Toronto.
And I am joined by some of the men of the hour whose heart is racing right now. Zealousness.
It's about to
and
be sick as fuck.
Kaplan. I mean, you had our heart racing out there. It was back and forth. I have 2 cards in my hand. I didn't know who I was going to interview.
Guys.
So Kaplan, I'm going to go to you first. You had to take those timeouts almost back to back. It was scary. You were just talking about, I should have done this. I should have done that. When it gets to 12, what are we
I
thinking?
mean, I don't
What's
know how
the
much
emotion?
hockey
Do we
jerseys go
think
for
it's gonna go to
usually, but I'm
overtime?
guessing
What are
it's
we
around the
thinking?
same price, bro.
I'm thinking, I'm pumped. It's even
I can't
gonna
really
go to
speak too much
overtime.
on it.
Another chance to speak to the boys. I know they get a relief when we hit OT. That feeling when you hit 12, it's a huge weight off your shoulders.
Yeah. Well, something Captain, I want to ask you is that, you know, Bangkok didn't go as planned. I saw the Sunbites video where you spoke to them and just, let's just have fun. I'm sorry I didn't say this before, but let's just have fun. Now, you'll be going to Toronto. Is it still fun, or is it game on? We showed you a different side of us in Bangkok, but now we're going to show you who the Masters Madrid champions are.
I think sorry, it's not the fun answer. We learned our lesson. We're gonna be patient. We're just gonna make sure we keep good composure in Toronto and don't
It's actually
overwhelm ourselves,
a good price for a hockey
just
jersey.
One step at a time.
Now, something I want to ask you.
I can't say. I don't know.
You're not Kevin. Zealousous is, I actually interviewed him.
But I'm sure it's nice.
During
That's
the
all I can say.
halftime break, and he is smiling right there, over there, pointing. He said I asked him to leave you a message, and he said very simply, "I love you."
I love you too.
Well, speak to him. Yeah.
I love you too, Emmy. But
What a fucking win!
Guy, sorry.
Oh my God. Now you're going to be with MIBR as two of our Masters Toronto representatives. Who do you think will be joining you, or who do you want to join you?
Yeah, I'll take G2. I'd love to play him again. Try to make it cleaner next time.
Let me see here.
us to Toronto?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what.
Yeah. I think G2's finding their way, and we'll smoke them there.
We'll smoke them there. I mean, Kaplan, to be fair, this was very close. To be very fair, yeah. Your player's about to have a heart attack, Kaplan. We have to go to a cardiologist after this. I'm going to go to you. You, obviously, I'm Masters Madrid, Jordan, you were pretty emotional. We saw you almost near tears. Bangkok, obviously, didn't go the way you were hoping. Going into Masters Toronto, going in there with the love of Emmy, the love of your fans. What is your emotion going into?
Any discount for the New Jersey?
I mean, I'm the same.
I'll take a look in a sec. I'll talk about it in a sec. Wait for the interview.
I've given my whole life to like competing like in esports, so I think like Cap said, like we overwhelm ourselves a lot just because we want to win and we're super hard workers. But like I think just having fun and enjoying like the moment we're in is like the most
think so
important
though.
thing.
Well, congratulations one more time. Give it up for a
Let's go,
hard-fought
Sen.
win by your Sentinels.
Look.
By the Sentinels bundle.
Of course. Look.
We have match point coming up with John Cutie and Zekin.
Look, it is $140 for a jersey, but it's a hockey jersey for one. For two, from my understanding, hockey jerseys usually go for $200. Three, look, if you can't afford it, I totally understand. It is a pricey point there, but like from my understanding, hockey jerseys usually go for 200 plus. But like I said, look, if it's expensive for you, don't break your budget trying to get the jersey. You should buy it if you want to support the team. You should buy it if you can afford it. And it's going to be nice as fuck when you get it. That's all I can say. That's all I can say about it. Like straight up, if it's not in your price range, then like you shouldn't break your back trying to get it. But it is like something cool that we're doing because hockey jerseys don't really exist for esports teams. And I'm looking at hockey jerseys on, let's see here. Like for hockey teams, it's 200 plus from my understanding. So look, like I said, don't break your budget. Don't break your bank trying to get it. If you can get it and you want to support the team and you're going to be in Toronto, then you should do it. I think it's fucking dope. I think it's sick because we're in Canada. It's going to be good. Unmute. I got you.
Degrees. 90 degrees on your right. Go, keep going.
This is impressive. This is coordination.
Left 90 degrees again.
You can see where the cipher is.
You're at the orb main. Now you need to turn right because you're looking at bike. Go straight. Turn a bit on the right.
Oh.
Keep going straight.
I can't believe the way we just made it though.
Very impressive.
Go straight. Wait, stop. Turn on your left. Just turn. Mouse so I can see if cipher is there. Your mouse, turn left.
What is this?
There. Okay, go straight now on site. Jump.
What do they got them doing after the match?
Go backward and jump.
Let me watch this. There you have it.
Yeah, hit W 3 times. Hit the whiskey button.
1, 2, 3.
Again. That was
1, 2, 3.
nice.
This is impressive.
Go right.
Walk right or turn?
Look right. Sorry. Look right. Look up. Go
That's
forward.
slow look up of Jets.
Oh, behind you. Okay.
Let's get the
turn your
biggest
mouse, like,
fuck
90
G2
degrees
thread
behind
going.
90 degrees
These guys are
behind.
toxic.
Turn on the right
A lot
again.
of 90 degrees here today.
You see him? Do we need to?
You gotta shoot him. Take him out.
Okay.
Can you hit him? You gotta kite him.
Nah, this segment needs to be scratched. I'll say
90
it.
degrees to the left.
90 degrees every
90
time.
degrees to the left again. Go up. On the right now, a little bit. You're almost aiming him. Yes, shoot. You kill him.
Boom. Boom. There we go. We made Toronto. Yeah. Winning on the stage. Winning here is a No, come on, join me over at the chairs, fellas. Wow, congratulations on a wild game that I just went to the doctor recently, told me I had high blood pressure. You guys didn't help me out there because that was a wild matchup. Walk me through.
Holy shit,
You
dude.
get down to the wire. It's what was it, 11-11, I think, or it got to that point.
What a match,
What are you
dude.
telling the team in the
What a
comments?
fucking match.
I mean, we were saving 11-10.
Yeah.
Tell them boys, this is a fake comeback. We've been here before. It's a fake comeback.
Yeah.
And like, shout out to the boys. Like, everyone kept believing. Nobody will like not listening
Dude,
to the calls or
that's an
hesitating
insane
or
win,
like,
man.
no, we should do this. Like full
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah.
Everyone believed like we just needed to get in a good position. And like, shout out to G2. Like, they made it hard for us, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, look, both of you guys played an incredible game, without a doubt. That's a championship level matchup in any occasion, right? But for Zekin, you just were on fire, brother. It's crazy. Actually, Bren had the best line ever. You like do things and then everyone else just gets up and they just like pop off for you. How does it feel to know that whenever you do something miraculous, which happens to be like on a regular basis, that these boys are always there having your back?
It feels great. I mean, I got
Legit
I got
hockey
teammates in the world on
jerseys,
my
dude.
corner, and I do a little highlight, and Jordan, my minion, jumps up for me and just starts slamming the other team. He
Oh, what's
starts berating
this?
them.
You like call him like a Pokemon. You're just like,
Yeah,
oh,
I just throw him out. He's like screaming at the other team. It feels amazing. It
It's
feels
like
great.
Nuno and Willem.
Yeah,
It's like Celsius, you taunt. And then he just does it every time. Well, guys, you qualified.
Shut the fuck
for
up, Vanny
Toronto.
Pop.
This not unfamiliar territory for y'all because you guys also qualified for Bangkok. John, how do you not let what happened in Bangkok happen here in Toronto? Or do you feel like that was just a different team and you guys have looked past that?
Yeah, that was definitely a different
I'm sorry,
team.
that was
I
mean.
feel like that was like the lowest point of our team.
Yeah.
And I think our improvement this past 2 months is like crazy. Like
Yeah.
you can even tell like our map pool is very refined
Would
now.
you
Both
say
first
that
seeds
that
have
was
lost,
like you
actually.
guys- Because I remember.
I know.
think
Everyone's saying it's too
Kaplan
expensive,
said
then
you
don't
guys
buy
had
it.
some
I
hard
agree.
conversations.
Like
You
I
were
said, if
really
you can't
talking
afford
to
it, don't
one
get
another,
it.
Like sternly about what you need to get done. Was that it?
But-
Was that the thing that you needed to have?
I mean, I don't know what else I
happen,
can say
that
about
difficult
it.
chat?
Yeah, I mean everyone on the team cares a lot. Like
Yeah.
there isn't like anyone that like has problems with others. Like everyone cares a lot. We just needed like the right recipe and like people playing like certain roles and like people getting comfy with their teammates. Like we knew from the get-go like this team is gonna like scale up and get like at peak form in champs.
Yeah.
And then already right now like for Toronto we're at a very good spot and like as you've seen like everyone has improved individually.
Yeah.
The team looks way more cohesive.
Yeah.
We're like just looking at very random in Bangkok. So
I wanna
think
watch this
we're
fan cam in a
ready for
sec.
Toronto.
For you in particular, though, is this cool? Because I know that you're from Montreal, right? Or you lived in Montreal
I
for a
lived in
little while.
Montreal, yeah.
So is it kind of cool to just
Look
head
at
back to
this.
Canada and play in front of the Canadian crowd?
No, I'm very excited. Like I have two brothers that live in Montreal.
Yeah.
I have like 4 uncles, my cousins.
Bang
like,
popped
they're
off.
Probably all gonna be there. Like I'm very glad. Like to be honest, like this was one of the most stressful matches for me.
Yeah.
Because there was like a lot on the line.
Yeah,
For
I
me.
believe it. Yeah.
So yeah, like, I'm so happy. I can't believe it.
Amazing. Zekin, for you, before we wrap things up, you've been through the ups and downs with the Sentinels organization for quite some time now, and this is an incredible up. I mean, you guys really pulled through in the end. The crowd losing their minds. Is this
Holy
like one of
stats
those
look like
moments
G2
when as a
won?
pro player, you're like, man, you live for the moment. You live for this stuff.
It's definitely.
Yeah,
Makes the job
but
super fun.
does
Like,
look that way a
it's
little
very
bit.
stressful when you're in the match and actually playing it, and they're coming back like 11, 10, 10, 11, 11.
Yeah.
But like that moment of elation, it really makes it all worth it. Like it's incredible.
Seeing Zelsis get up.
No
and
G2
just
tweet
that
that?
energy
Did they not
pop
tweet?
off, right? It was all of you guys, but wow, it was an amazing thing. And congratulations, seriously. You
I can't believe it, man.
In Toronto.
I gotta
And of
reread
course,
it.
that
I wanna
means the
reread it
Big
and
Red
see what
Playoffs
they're
is coming
saying.
to a close, and we have 2 teams who have qualified for Masters Toronto, and it's MIBR and Sentinels. But you guys will also be facing off against one another. Any thoughts on MIBR, John? Because this, whew, man, they looked really good today.
Yeah, they look very strong. Like they're our boys. We're at the same office.
They're our
like,
neighbors.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
they are. So we're very close to them. But
So that means you could sabotage like their plumbing. They could do the same
Dude,
thing.
G2 versus 100
The same
Thieves?
bathroom,
Is
so
that
if you
tomorrow?
set up Plumbing is like self-set based.
Oh my
You
god,
know, just
dude.
have Rob get you guys a
Wait,
porta potty
is there
on the outside,
like G2
and then
still
you
makes the
clog
event,
toilets.
right?
great idea.
Yeah, I got you guys covered. See, that's why
Surely.
I wasn't successful as a pro player. Now, of
Thanks, Eddie. Thank you
course,
for the
that
gifted. I
means that
appreciate it.
Tomorrow,
Thank
we're
you,
gonna be
Dex.
heading to the lower bracket for 2 more elimination matches. matches, and we have our
They surely
top
still
4
make
set in
it.
place. It's going to be Kruvisa versus Evil Geniuses, and then we have G2
They play tomorrow.
Esports versus 100 Thieves. Y'all want to give me a little prediction? Who you think's going to win those games?
Ooh.
Let's see. We got G2 100 Thieves.
G2.
G2
beat Crew last time 2-0 pretty fast. I don't think they could do it again though. I think it's Crew 2-1.
Is the rematch buff.
G2 Crew. So G2 Crew. Ooh, boy.
There you have it.
All right. Well, you heard it here from Zekin and John QT. Guys, thank you so much as always for joining me, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing. Can't wait to see you guys kick all the asses in Toronto. It's going to be amazing. But for now, though, that's going to do it for us here today. And we'll see you guys very soon. Shout out to the Moose. Shout out to the maple syrup that I chugged. And this is your Samsung SSD Fast Replay. See you tomorrow.
Okay, let me see this. This is right as we want, I guess. Oh my god, this is the most scuffed quality ever. Oh my god. Cut it, cut it, cut it, please cut it. Oh my god. Okay, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. Dude, wait. Did we just do the undoable? I can't believe it was 11-2 to 11-11.
O Jordan tá bem.
Boa! Nice!
With the picture of the coach in the back. Wait, MIBR and Sentinels. Nice. W Saucy, bro. I feel like it's been so long Saucy was on the team. It feels like it's been forever. The sit down reset worked, actually. Not at all. Finally made us bleed for the first time. A lot of unlucky situations we went through, but shit happens. Playing lights out against Mr. Piggy tomorrow. Okay. Nice. Oh, very easy in Texas. I don't know, Rico. We're gonna see, bro.